Today we're going to go over 3 Discord designs that if you want, you can try to build them yourselves. We'll have a kingdom Discord, a migration Discord, and an alliance-based Discord. And this will be a helpful video if you've already got a Discord server and you want to put some more channels into it or see what you might be missing, or if you're starting up a brand new Discord server and you're wondering what the heck to do, you've come to the right place. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and weirdly enough, today's video is sponsored by Ruz, because today we're going to go over 3 Discord design patterns for a kingdom-based Discord, an alliance-based Discord, a migration server, and if you want, you can try to build these patterns yourself or enhance the Discord server you've already got. Or you could pay Ruz a small amount of money and he'll set it up for you. There'll be a link in the description that you can go check out if you're interested in Ruz setting up this Discord server or one of these Discord server patterns for you, or if you're interested in some more advanced customization, he can do that as well. But let's get started with the first Discord design. By the way, Ruz is here with me. Hello, Ruz. How are you?
Yo.
This is the most critical factor outside of game that will help your kingdom be successful. Getting a good setup for your kingdom Discord server. The first thing you've got to do in any kingdom Discord server is, of course, verify that the people coming to your server are who they say they are. So the way that we run this in the verification section is that you have people post a screenshot of their in-game profile. It's important that they post this themselves because you can see in the upper left corner that it's actually their account and their power. And I guess somebody could try to Photoshop it, but you get the idea. It's a pretty good signal that the person actually is who they say they are, or you could have them send a message in game. And look, it may seem weird to have all this discussion about a verification section until you realize you have a spy in your Discord server. And I'm sure Ruz could tell you all about that, or Cortex, who's lurking in this video, can actually chime in and say a thing or two about that as well. But it sucks to have a spy, so you definitely want to verify your members on the way in. Was there anything you guys wanted to say there?
I spy with my little eye.
Okay, thank you for that addition, Cortex.
Yeah.
From there, there's a bunch of public channels. Now, why is it that we have a bunch of public channels outside of being verified? That's because for at least 254, and I think other kingdoms probably want to emulate this, and some already do, there are a bunch of people who come visit and hang out, and we play games with them, even though they're from other kingdoms. In fact, many kingdoms will just hang out in our Discord server, chill on voice, and we play lots of different games. So this section, the community section, is where you can post all kinds of stuff that you don't mind anybody can just drop in. And it's also easy to invite someone in there and you can have a quick voice conversation. That's why we've got the public voice chat and the games voice chat. But I don't know. Some people post their own art and pictures and travel stuff and pets and memes. I don't personally read any of this stuff, but some people live in these sections. Let's get to the part that actually requires you to be verified. And that is, first and foremost, the Kingdom's War Rooms. There are a series of rooms that we definitely recommend that you have, or really channels, for a Kingdom Discord. This includes a place for your council to chat, and also a separate place for your officers. Typically, the distinction between these two is that there's way too many officers to try to get all of the important conversation done. As an example, as a rule of thumb, I used to work at a desk job, and what I used to say is that for each person you add to a meeting, add 15 minutes to the length of the meeting. I don't know if that's exactly fair to say, but the point is that if you try to get any decision made with 100+ officers, it's going to take a really long time compared to a smaller group of representatives, maybe just the R5s, that hang out in council chat. From there, we often find it's very important to have a territory chat. Specifically in 254, we post pictures of people who are trying to build forts that should not be building forts in our kingdom, and then we have to go burn them. I'm sure every kingdom has some number of rogues that they deal with, right? But territory chat's a good place for that, and also KVK territory management. Without going into all the details for war planning and Diplo chat and a data team and a title team, these are all different roles that Ruz has created as a part of this Discord server. They get assigned to somebody, and then they can access these different chats. There also is voice channels, and you'll often hear that I'm in one of these when I'm battling in KVK. We've got 4 here, and sometimes you don't typically need more than 4, but when there's maybe too much going on and people are talking about 2 different physical locations, we will often split people into different war rooms because the crosstalk gets a little bit difficult when we're talking about hundreds of people potentially all in voice at the same time. From there, I'd recommend that you have a kingdom lounge, or essentially a common area that is visible to everyone in your kingdom, but only verified members of your kingdom. This is where you put big announcements. You can post schedules for things like the Karok ceremony, and then chats that anyone can enter into include things like the kingdom chat, which are entirely open, and then kingdom memes, because obviously every kingdom is making memes about every other kingdom, so you may as well share them here. From there, every kingdom Discord needs sections for the different alliances, and you can have as many of these as you wanted. Here's what you would expect to see in an alliance-based portion of a Discord. It would, of course, include an announcement section. This is visible by everyone, but only officers can post to it. There is an events section, and Ruz has included a bot that you can essentially use to get a poll of who actually will participate, and then remind those members automatically when the event is going to swing around. So Ruz created the sub to Chisgule, like, okay, and comment below, yes, I have accepted. This is something that we use in the Smash Squad to take attendance before an event is even going to happen. We use this as a part of our ARC registration as well, so we know who's going to play ARC each week. We use it for Karok ceremony reminders, protect the supplies. I mean, you get the idea. From there, there's of course Alliance chat. Everybody can post in here, and then officer chat. Joking aside, your officers should really be spending a lot of time chatting with each other about the direction of the Alliance, the upcoming events, how things are going, which is, like, honestly, chat that is so frequent for the Smash Squad that often I end up muting the chat. Don't tell the other R4s in the Smash Squad that, because it's just like, it's too much, man. I can't keep up. We've also got an alliance voice and then also an officer voice. The officer voice is there not to exclude members from being able to chat, but because sometimes you need to be able to have 2 different conversations at the same time. One is like people just hanging out with other members of the alliance, and then the other is whatever decisions you need to make as an alliance about a path forward, or someone you're trying to potentially accept for migration to the kingdom or alliance, and so on.
I guess you could also say that it's very customizable, because, or the alliance part, because, like, you know, that's kind of like your home as an alliance. You know, make it feel like your home.
Got it.
I know, right? So cute.
This, I think, is a really good baseline for what any kingdom ought to have in their Discord server. The other channel that you might consider adding, depending on whether or not you are expecting people to accept the kingdom's rules before they migrate in, might be a kingdom rules section. You can have one either in your migration Discord or in both your kingdom Discord and your migration Discord, and that's maybe a good segue to jump over to the migration Discord, which, if I go through Ruz's Discord Emporium, again, link is down below if you want to check this out, you can get a look at what all these servers look like yourself and get a closer look at how they operate. By tapping these little buttons in these server previews, I've now gained access to a preview of what a migration Discord server could look like. So Ruz, since you run migration for 254 and you did it for 1075 back in the day, why don't you walk us through what's in this Discord server? If I'm not mistaken, there's like 3 main things that a migration Discord server needs to do, by the way. One is to just be a landing zone for people that are interested in the kingdom. The other is a place for officers that are recruiting to be able to coordinate with each other. And then lastly, for you to then be able to coordinate with the people that you will be bringing into your kingdom, but are not there yet. Does that sound right?
Yep, that sounds pretty much it. Wait, am I meant to talk now?
That was the part where you were meant to take over.
Oh, okay. All right, wait, do I just go now? So, starting off with the landing zone, that's what we have with the migration hub at the very top. We have the guest list, migration hub, and announcements. So guest list is just to track who comes in. Migration hub, that's where I have our invite link sent sent to, actually. It's probably the most important part of the migration Discord. It's pretty much the directory of where your new players will be coming in and, getting the information that they need, or what the recruiter needs, and then accessing the rest of the Discord. And apart from a Migration Hub, we also have the announcements, during migration, that's where our main source of information comes from, to the people that want to come in. It's when we say that migration is open, or we release the date, or we've also sent out the migration form, stuff like that. So
Cool.
those two channels are the most important.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled up the 254's migration announcement section, so you can see like exactly how that's being used.
So jumping off the landing zone, we now have pretty much the behind the scenes. So as you can see under recruiting crew, we have staff.chat, which is pretty much where the admins of the chat, talk about stuff. This can also mean the higher ups who dictate when migration happens or how you kind of want to do migration. But that's up to personal preference on
the higher ups, huh?
The higher ups, yeah. Then we also have recruiting info and recruiting crew. So this is where the main action happens behind the scenes. This is where the large majority of the recruiting team talk and discuss how they want to different migrants. If someone's led an alliance and they're not ticked off a sheet, it's pretty much officer chat, but between the people handling migration. Recruiting info is pretty much just the information channel and announcements.
I get it. So if I were to explain this a little bit. Like the staff portion is for like all the people who have access to the Discord that help maintain it, whereas the recruiting.info and crew section are where the recruiters are all working and discussing and
pretty
coordinating.
much.
Got it.
Usually the people with staff are the ones like, for 254, it's me, Geese, Bunny, and we use staff chat to talk about when, to confirm when migration is, or other stuff like what is the deadweight number, not deadweight number, Imperium line, stuff like that.
Tell me how you really feel. Okay, sure.
After that, we have the two last bits, which are confirmed info, confirmed chat, and then the migration lounge. So firstly, confirmed info, confirmed chat are after we've selected our migrants, we've ticked them off, had conversations with them, they're all goods. We then give them a role to say that they're a confirmed migrant, and they now have access to these two chats. So this is where we can coordinate our migration. Usually an officer will be, the king will be in the confirmed migrants voice chat during migration. They'll be cycling in people above 65 million. We post announcements in confirmed info where we tell people what is the power range that's allowed to come in, or what's the timeline, or the steps they need to take before they can migrate. And then chat is obviously just people can communicate and ask questions.
Got it. Okay. So confirm.info is what I would see once there's a role given to me saying you're on your way into the kingdom. And also confirm.chat is where not only can I see what's being said, but I can also ask questions and post there as well. Yep. And then there's the voice chat for confirmed migrants, which, yes, like when you're on your way in, you would definitely want to be kind of on voice to coordinate that ideally. But what about the migration lounge? This is presumably the last section where you're applying?
Yep, so this is pretty much between the landing zone and being a confirmed migrant. It's mainly the information channel about your kingdom. You're kind of selling people or also telling people what is your kingdom about. If you see in applications, it's a kind of a example form, but usually we have an application form in there, and new people that come in will be like, just head to the applications channel and fill out the form so we get your information. After that, we have information, which is pretty much just key dot points about your kingdom. The main like how you do MGs, when are kingdom buffs, guardian times, farming, stuff like that. And then finally, rules is kingdom rules. As mentioned before, people coming through will get an idea of the kingdom rules before going in, so that they have the expectation of what to follow and the guidelines to follow. And then lastly is just chat, where people can get along and socialize.
Yes, I'm sure it's always people getting along in chat. Sounds like the rules, applications, and information section are all read-only, whereas the chat portion is where you actually can have a conversation with the other people.
You can ask questions. In our 254 Discord, migrants start talking to each other. They have their own conversations and stuff like that.
Cool.
It's definitely key because it lets it really shows the kingdom atmosphere when you have people talking. Like we have some of our kingdom members in there, just having a chat. The
final server that we'll go get a preview of is the alliance-based Discord. So let's say you were not looking to make a Discord for your kingdom, you just wanted to make one for your alliance, what would need to be in there? We've already covered some of this stuff. There'll be kind of overlap between what you would see in a kingdom Discord and this Discord. There are only a small number of roles that we have here: officers, members, guests, ARC lead, league, and also ARC. I think that's actually pretty important to distinguish kind of some of the more sophisticated coordination you can do for ARC and ARC league, but we'll probably talk about that more in just a minute. If we do just a quick overview of this, it looks like we've got a bunch of public channels here where you verify, but you still have access to some things that you can do, including a voice chat and, you know, pictures of memes and games and so on. Then there's the Alliance Lounge. So this is the people who are verified members of the Alliance, where you've got announcements, which should be officers only that can post, but everybody can read. Alliance Chat, where everybody chats. ARC Chat, ARC Strat, where presumably there's a lot less chatter going on, but more posting the latest and greatest strategy for whatever that is. And then ARC Sign Up, I like it. Sign me up, I'm in. Here we go. I'm going for ARC, baby. Don't unregister me for WARC because I signed up for this one, okay, Russ?
Yep.
From there's an Alliance voice chat and an ARC voice chat. It's actually debatable how many voice chats you might want for ARC. Some people do some complicated muting. Other people will have multiple voice chats. There's a lot of ways to figure out exactly how you want to do your ARC voice, but certainly having a chat for it makes sense. And you might honestly need multiple voice chats for when people split off to do ARC in like a farm alliance, which is why at least 2 voice chats here makes sense. And then leadership of the alliance. We've got officer chat, territory, war planning, and recruiting, and then an officer voice, which makes sense. For people that have a lot of time and have the interest in figuring out how to set up a Discord server, you can copy the ideas that we've presented here and make them for yourself. If you don't have time, or you don't have interest, or you don't have somebody in your alliance or kingdom who wants to spend the time to set things up properly, or if you're interested in some customization, then consider going with Ruz to help you get set up. There'll be a link in the description where he can hook you up with a server that looks like one of the ones that we've created here, and he does that for a relatively small fee. There also is additional add-ons and customizations that he has gone through, and in the Discord server, which again is linked down below, you can see all this stuff for yourself and see what those add-ons would actually look like. So if I tap the little icon over here, I get access to some of those add-ons that you might play around with, such as a YouTube feed, reminders. Oh, ruins reminders. God, I hate ruins and altars reminders. Okay, got it. Ally onboarding. Oh, so like, is this a KVK section?
Yep, a KVK section. All the channels, all the roles already set up. All you have to do is bring them into the Discord and give them the proper roles, and it's all done.
Got it. So this is something that we do in 254, where we bring them into our 254 Discord, set them up with the right roles. Other people do like a separate Discord server they create specifically for, each KVK. That comes with the downside of then having to create that server and then set up the permissions and have everybody join it. But there's advantages to that strategy as well. And then the ARC Hub, holy moly, what's going on here?
Oh yeah. So this is one of the things that we do in 254, and it's honestly made our lives so much easier since I've implemented it. Pretty much it's just a large role menu for showcasing all the different ARC alliances and ARC shells that we run in the kingdom, and it allows players to fill out a form. And then we also have a ARC roster channel that isn't displayed here, but pretty much the leaders of each ARC shell post the rosters, and the people can pretty much easily just select a role and they get access to the text channel and voice chat for that ARC shell that they want to play at for the week. It works really well because you can change, if you need to change shells between ARCs, then it's totally easy. You just get access to the new channel. You don't have to mess around with roles. If you leave an ARC team, you can deselect and get rid of the role so you don't have too many excess channels on your screen. It's just made our lives a lot easier.
Got it. So this is really good for kingdoms that run lots of ARCs, and specifically alliances where they'll split players off to run ARCs on separate teams, because you can only have obviously like 30 people in each ARC. That's where this is really advantageous.
For sure, yeah.
I think a part of the inspiration, and keep me honest on this, Ruz, for your going and sort of creating these services that you're going to offer is that when we were just sort of casually mentioning the idea that you would do something like this, somebody actually hired you on the spot to go make a Discord server for them.
Yep.
So it's to people who are experienced with Discord and do this sort of stuff for themselves and have free time, like it feels maybe weird that you would pay somebody to go and do this. But for people, I'll tell you, man, like I don't have time. And when I spin up like a new server for a new game, like it's definitely hugely advantageous to pay a small amount of money and just have it done right. So if you want to check out all of these Discord designs, the link will be in the description for Ruz's Discord server, where he lists all this out. You can just tap the little icons over here to get previews for the different ones. Again, if you want, you could just build it for yourself and then boom, you've done it yourself. You know how you made it. Or if you want Ruz to spin it up for you, there'll be more information about that in his server as well. Ruz, anything you want to add before we wrap up this video?
You know, obviously these aren't very complicated, except for a lot of the add-ons that could definitely make your lives a lot easier, and they're a little bit more advanced to do. But in general, if you want a Discord done properly and seamlessly at the very start, I feel like, you know, having made a lot of Discords in the past and not setting up a lot of them properly at the very beginning, you definitely run into a lot of holes down the road that you have to fix and that are really annoying. But if they're done properly at the very start, it makes your life so much easier in the future.
Yeah, I've definitely had that problem where we moved in on a new game and I actually had to call you in to help with the server because we were getting this like really unpleasant spam that was kind of not cool. And it was solvable with permissions and would have been really easy to solve up front, setting the Discord server up correctly.
Yes, everyone spam at everyone in my Discord server too because of Ruz.
No, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
They did it already.
Oh, I thought you were encouraging people to do it.
Oh, no, it was a small incident.
No.
A small
he left
incident.
the permission on in my Discord server too.
Dude, until everybody leaves your Discord server. So like, F this, why am I getting tagged with everyone? What's going on?
Yeah, I lost like 150 people.
Did you really?
No. He lost like 30, dude.
Okay. Still.
150, my ass.
Still. Feels like 150.
150. Wasn't even 30. It was like 7. It was legit like 7 people.
It was 30.
I'm gonna go through the logs.
If you have any other ideas for things you would add to a Discord server that are really valuable, definitely leave a comment down below. And until next time, you have fun, smash in the kingdom, good luck setting up your Discord, or the information is down below for Ruz's Discord server.